Hello there, welcome to Daily Motoring with me, Mark Ian. And in this episode, I want to feature one of the cars that has become very popular in Kenya as from last year, 2020. And I'm talking about this car called the Nissan Note. The Nissan Note has become very popular, and the sales have been skyrocketing since last year. There is a number of reasons why people love it, and we are going to see so from this quick walkthrough. For those who've been wondering why is this car very popular, I'm here to answer your questions. Starting with the exterior of the new Nissan Note, it has had a complete redesign compared to the previous Nissan Note, which was like, for me, I feel it was flat, like just plain looking and so much flat. There was no aesthetics to it, but look at this new model and it looks a bit more presentable, a bit nicer, but looks smaller from the outside. Is it small on the inside though? We're going to find out in a few. This version is what we call the pure drive digs, or DIGS, and digs means that this car has a supercharger, and at the same time you get fuel saving. Since we're at the back, let's open the boot and see how it is. And for a car of this size, this is a very big boot, and from the outside it doesn't seem to be the same size as a Ractis, but when it comes to boot space, this car actually competes with a Ractis. Yes, and when you fold down the seats, you get an even bigger boot space. This is the back area of the Nissan Note, and when you get in, you notice how big this car is compared to how small it looks outside. And it's not only big, it's spacious, very spacious. From here you can see this driver seat has been set to my position, and there is plenty of legroom. I mean, it's as much as an S-Class, really, without exaggerating. But there is plenty of legroom, and there is also room for my feet underneath the driver's seat. Headroom is also very much okay. See from where I'm seated. So this car generally, from the back seat, feels very much big or huge compared to how it looks outside. Because for people like me, before we got into the Nissan Note, I used to think that this car is small because it looks smaller than its predecessor. So I thought they have made the car much smaller, and that's why people are loving it. But I've come to know that this is one of the reasons people love it. It is very spacious. Very spacious. See, this much headroom with the legroom that I've shown you in such a small car is something unbelievable. So we'll skip the driver's part and go to the engine. This car is powered by a 1.2 liter supercharged engine, being the Note Digs version. Produces decent power and will take you anywhere comfortably, and it would struggle over long distances like the normal 1200cc plain engines. It is powered by a CVT transmission, the Nissan Xtronic CVT transmission, which is okay, and it has smooth shifts, nothing too much to bother you. Now let's head back inside and see how this car drives, as we also get to know some of its features. This car has keyless entry and keyless start, and over even at the driver's side, the seat or the space over here is also really huge, just like at the back. So overall this car feels very spacious on the interior, nothing like a small car, nothing as small as it looks outside, which is a very big plus. And I guess it contributes heavily to its popularity among users in Kenya. Some of the features in terms of security or safety, not security. Safety wise, we have airbags as standard, we have ABS, we have electronic stability control, we have traction control. So driving the Nissan Note is a very good experience. This car doesn't feel small even in the driving. Doesn't at all. And I guess that's the reason why it's very popular in Kenya. It in no way feels like a small car once you're inside, even in the driving. So it features an eco mode. An eco mode is for when you don't want to use a lot of fuel, and it is very efficient actually. You see it has some sort of like animated bar that shows you how economical you're getting. And when you switch on eco mode, it brings up these colorful lights over here. When you switch off eco mode, it becomes a plain instrument cluster. When you switch it on, it becomes a lighthouse. If you're thinking about buying the Nissan Note right now, don't even think twice. It is a really good car. And it's not a marketing strategy or anything. Like, from driving it, I've driven it longer than I have right now. From even the passenger seat, I've been both in the passenger seat, front and back. And I've also driven it, and I can tell you that this is a whole new redesign compared to its predecessor. This is a whole new thing, a whole new redesign. And this car feels awesome. It in no way looks small like it looks from the outside. So if you're thinking of getting one, get it. For anything to do with cars, sales, if you want to buy a car, if you want to sell your car, you can talk to me. My contact information will be down in the description box. Yeah, and I've been your host, Mark Ian, for this quick walkthrough of the Nissan Note. See you in the next one.